Hey guys, welcome back to Glam Finds, and I'm finally back with a new in indie. I have 3 fragrances. I think I'm going to start capping it at 3 because otherwise the video gets too long. And I'm going to start out with one that I've had for a minute. And you've actually seen it in the video already, but I haven't really talked about it. So from the house of City Rhythm, it's City Rhythm Manhattan Midnight. Now, if you've been following the house of City Rhythm for a while, Manhattan already exists. This is Manhattan Midnight. It's kind of a remake of the first Manhattan, which is no longer made. So the now present Manhattan, which the bottle has like a white label on rather than a black label, that one is fresher. It has like a similar profile, but this is a flanker of that one. And the real difference here is this has an added rock rose. Now, let me go ahead and tell you the notes. You have violet leaf, cassia, bergamot, rock rose, frankincense, myrrh, pimento pepper, tea, tobacco leaf, vanilla, and vetiver. You'll see a lot of the same notes as the first Manhattan, but to me, this is a very different fragrance. So that one is like fresher, very versatile year round. This has a warmth to it and added sweetness to make it more fall winter appropriate. I want to say that I like this one more, but I also like it's cooler weather right now, and this is more appropriate for cooler weather. So I do like it a little bit more right now. It is really, really nice. I'm telling you that rock rose has really elevated it, gave it like an elegance. This one does have shimmer in it as well, so it's blue with shimmer. There are also new caps. They are very heavy caps, and they're gold, and the plate looks a little bit different on these. So they kind of revamped the bottle style and the caps. But more importantly, the fragrance profile. If you're looking for something warmer and sweeter, something more cool weather appropriate, Manhattan Midnight honestly is really, really good. This is the one I've been reaching for the most lately, which is tough because it's really hard to beat Tempo. Tempo is typically my cool weather killer from this house. But if you haven't tried this, I absolutely recommend trying this. And if you haven't tried City Rhythm, honestly, because it's cooler, I would say start with Manhattan Midnight and Tempo. Now, moving on to the next house. This one I just got in the other day, and I thought it was really cool. The bottle is really different from what this house normally brings. It is Hez Parfums Fantasia, which is a collab with Daniela Milagros, which is an artist out of Argentina, who is apparently also very much into perfume. And let me go ahead and read you the notes to this. There are blackcurrant, raspberry, orange neroli, Hedione ozone, jasmine, Bulgarian rose otto, bourbon vanilla, cashmere, sugarcane, and then amber, vetiver, sandalwood, cedar, isoe super, ambroxan, and musk. That was a mouthful of notes. Let me actually tell you what you're going to smell. This is late dry down. I like to do 24-hour dry down. So in the late dry down, it's kind of like got this isoe super, ambroxan, Hedione, definitely like the fixative stuff, definitely very present. It's got this really nice sweetness to it. It's got, I honestly think the blackcurrant is still there. A little bit of the florals. And it's kind of like got this red berry feel that I really, really like. The red berry is also really present in the opening. This is for somebody like, if you like how 540 X straight dries down, you will like the dry down of this. It has that same level of sweetness to it. Also, I want to say the same level of unisex where I'm going to go ahead and spray the opening. So I didn't know about this one before it came out, but when I sprayed it, I was like, okay, this actually might be my favorite, second to Blue Dog. Blue Dog is probably going to be my favorite just because I really like how that wears on skin, how it transforms, but I really like the red berries. I'm pretty sure everybody knows I love like the molecular fragrances. I like isoe super, ambroxan. I feel like the ambroxan sweetness is kind of like the perfect sweetness. I love musk. So that kind of, they're all present here. You're gonna get a lot of the other notes like the bourbon, vanilla, the Bulgarian rose, all that stuff in the opening. But once it dries down, it just has that really nice sweetness to it and that really nice kind of like, I don't want to say freshness, but a little bit of freshness and a nice woodiness to it. Here, I'm smelling berries, I'm smelling rose, I'm smelling bourbon vanilla. It is a really nice fragrance. I will say, to me, this is really unisex. But again, it's unisex in the way that 540 Straight is unisex. It's got that level of sweetness. So if that's a level of sweetness that you enjoy, I honestly think you're going to enjoy this. Again, this is my second favorite after Blue Dog from the house. I think this is like really masterfully executed. And if you are able to try this, I would absolutely recommend it. And if you're going to pick this up and you haven't tried Blue Dog, grab a sample of that as well. And the third one. So this is from a house that is not very well known, although it really should be. I've let people smell it at Glamcation last year, and everyone was like really floored by Sabrosa. But this right here from the house of Profumo di Toti is Luxury is Opulence. Now, the first time I smelled it, he was telling me that it is a feminine fragrance, and then I got my nose on it and I was like, no, it's absolutely not. This is like super unisex. And apparently he'd gotten that feedback from a lot of other people. So to me, this is an incredibly clean fragrance that kind of is like your skin, but better. Let me read you the notes of this. All right, so this is cherry blossom, molecules, and ambroxan. So it's a molecular fragrance. I also get kind of like berries in this in the opening. But in the dry down, it's like this is the dry down right here. Cherry blossom and then ambroxan. I'm getting a little musk. I think it's really, really nice on my skin. It just kind of like sweetens up my skin and honestly kind of makes it one of the best understated fragrances, which I think a lot of you guys like those for works. I like it like as a date night. You don't want to go too heavy. Although I think a lot of you do. Let me spray the opening again. I know it says cherry blossom, but honestly, like to me, this is really unisex. Yeah, it's a really gorgeous cherry blossom in the opening. And the cherry itself is like more tart in the opening, but once it dries down, it's a really pretty cherry blossom with the ambroxan. It's specifically ambroxan, so you're gonna have this kind of like fresh, clean, sweet woodiness. And I really, really like it. At the beginning, you're like, oh, this doesn't really scream too much off of my skin. But like as it starts drying down, that's when it really starts to project. And that's kind of like the magic of this fragrance. That's why I really enjoy molecular fragrances. It's never too loud, so you can absolutely wear it to work. In fact, I actually think this is a really nice work fragrance, really nice one to dress up. I actually think any of these can be dressed up, but you can dress them down as well. These fragrances are actually some of my favorites from these houses. I need to do a house talk on all three houses, and I'll try to bring that to you hopefully by the end of January. If you've tried these fragrances, comment down below. Let people know what you think. As always, remember to like this video if you liked it. Be subscribed to my channel. Hit that notification bell to get notified when I drop another video, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye!